Anger is one of the better emotional triggers to use when trying to generate rapport with your customer or client or prospect. And the reason is because it allows you to make that connection that you share a common enemy. And that's important because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now, there are other emotions that you can use also for generating rapport. They're not as good. For example, you can use joy or happiness to generate rapport. And this is what people commonly do when they're, networking with people, trying to generate rapport. To generate happiness or trigger happiness in the person's mind, it's pretty easy, and it comes back to values again. So you do need to know a person's values. To do this, to generate happiness, what you do is you honor their values. And this is the secret. When you honor their values, they will feel happy. For example, they value their children. So when you say, hey, you got a great kid, all of a sudden they're going to feel a little bit happy because they have a great kid. Their value is being honored. And you can do the same thing with their guiding principles. You can honor those principles. For example, we used the value of time. A person that values time will feel honored when you say something like, I know you're a busy person, or I don't want you to feel pressured under a time constraint, because they do value time so much. The thing about honoring their values and generating happiness is it doesn't tell them that you are their friend, but what it does is it buys you a little bit of time. So you have time to work on them and to try to convince them that you're not their enemy, to generate rapport. You always want to try to come back to anger if you can. So maybe you might want to start out with honoring a value to generate happiness, but then in your conversation you find out another value that they have, and then you could try to trigger anger based on that value. In the next video, what I think I'll do is to try to diagram the process of generating rapport so that you can see it instead of just me talking about it. So my name is Tim Van Milligan. Thanks for coming. This is the Sales PhD Training video series.